Good evening. Welcome to Recovering Perfectionist Mama. My name is Buffy. And I know it's been a while. I recorded a previous podcast here just a few minutes ago. And this is the second one that I'm recording. It's when fight-or-flight turns your world upside down and you don't know where to start. If your nervous system flipped the table on your life and you don't know where to begin. If everything that used to feel manageable now feels overwhelming. If your body feels on edge, shut down, numb, tearful, or exhausted, this episode is for you. Not to fix you, not to motivate you, but to orient you. Because when fight or flight takes over, the problem isn't your mindset. It's that your body stopped believing the world was safe. Naming what actually happened. When people talk about fight or flight, they often talk about it like a moment, a spike, a panic attack, a bad week. But for many women, fight or flight can become a state of living. Something tipped your system. Prolonged stress, trauma, illness, caregiving, loss, betrayal, cumulative exhaustion, and your body made a decision before your mind could weigh in. We're not safe anymore. I'll take it from here, your mind says. That's not weakness, that's protection. Why your world feels upside down. Once your nervous system enters survival mode, it rewrites priorities. Suddenly, rest feels unsafe. Joy feels irresponsible. Stillness feels threatening. Planning feels impossible. Your body becomes obsessed with control, certainty, scanning, preparedness. Even good things can feel overwhelming. That's why people say, I don't even know who I am anymore. You didn't lose yourself. You went into protective mode. The hidden grief that no one warned you about. This part matters. When fight or flight takes over long term, there is grief. You grieve who you were before, your old energy, your sense of ease, the version of life you thought you were living. But no one names this grief. So it comes out sideways, irritability, numbness, withdrawal, guilt, shame. You're not ungrateful. You're grieving a nervous system that no longer trusts. Why getting your life together makes it worse. Here's where people accidentally harm themselves. They think, I need a plan. I need discipline. I need to push through. But fight or flight hears that as a threat. Big goals feel like danger. Reinvention feels like exposure. Pressure feels like an attack. Your system doesn't need vision right now. It needs containment. The most important reframe of this episode, say this slowly out loud if you can, or whisper to yourself or however you feel comfortable. You do not rebuild a life while your nervous system believes you're under threat. First comes safety, then comes regulation, then comes clarity. Any order that skips safety will backfire. Where to actually start? Not with purpose, not with passion, not with a 5-year plan. You start by shrinking your world. That can look like fewer decisions, predictable routines, repeating meals, limiting input, and choosing boring on purpose. This isn't giving up. This is triage. A regulated nervous system needs predictability, gentleness, consistency, and rest without justification. Containment versus control. There's a difference between control and containment. Control says I must manage everything or something bad will happen. Containment says I will make my world small enough to feel safe again. Containment heals. Control exhausts. Choose containment. Faith, gently held here. If you're a person of faith, this matters. God is not asking you to be brave right now. God is not asking you to rush your healing. God is not disappointed that you are tired. Scripture is full of pauses, of waiting, of wilderness seasons. God does not demand productivity from wounded people. Be still was never a threat. It was an invitation. Rest in Him if you are a person of faith. The next step principle. You don't need the whole map. You need the next safe step. Ask yourself, what makes my body soften even slightly? What reduces stimulation? What feels neutral instead of charged? Safety first, meaning later. And let's talk about reassurance for the long road, because it might be a long road or it might be a short road depending on how well you're able to contain it. This state does not last forever, but it does require patience. It might be because you have been overworking yourself, you've had many losses, you've had a lot of trauma, and you just kept stuffing it down. Not saying that this is your fault, but sometimes you've had too much on your plate for a long time and it eventually just kind of wore you out, which we're all prone to do sometimes, especially for overachievers and perfectionists and things like that. Been there, done that, right? And I know a lot of you are very similar to me and can relate with that. Your system learned fear over time, and it will relearn safety the same way. Slowly, repeatedly, gently. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are healing at the speed your body trusts. So in closing, if your world feels upside down, this doesn't mean it's broken. It means your nervous system is asking for care, not correction. Start with safety. Let clarity come later. Trust that God is steady even when you are not. You don't need to find yourself today. You just need to feel safe enough to exist. If this episode met you where you are, share it with someone who feels disoriented and alone. You're not alone, even here. Know that I appreciate you all deeply, and if there is a topic that you're interested in, feel free to like and subscribe and enter a topic that you're interested in or something that you're struggling with, or if I can offer encouragement or prayer or anything like that for you, please feel free to reach out, because you all are literally awesome and very supportive of me, and I want to be as supportive to you all as well. And so as someone who's experienced the fight or flight for a period of time, I know that it's no walk in the park, and I know that you are stronger and that you're going to overcome this and come out on the other side stronger and better and fulfilled and being able to move onward and upward to conquer the goals that you want and what you want to achieve. I have full faith in you. And again, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, and hopefully you'll come back and see us again soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.